This lesson teaches the unique guitar style of Eddie Van Halen from the song Somebody Get Me a Doctor. This song has a great rock rhythm coupled with an explosive guitar solo. Just like most Van Halen songs, Eddie tunes down a half step to E flat. So if you're not already tuned down, use the half step tuner on this DVD to make sure we're both in tune. Somebody Get Me a Doctor is track 3 on the album Van Halen 2. To capture the guitar tone from Somebody Get Me a Doctor, we are using the EVH Wolfgang. It's a guitar provided courtesy of EVH Gear. The pickup is set to the bridge location. We are running the guitar through effects courtesy of the Carl Martin Company. First in line is a plexitone distortion. Boost is not used. Level is just before 1 o'clock. Tone to 3 o'clock. High gain around 1 o'clock. And crunch just past 10. Then an echo tone delay with echo set just before 3. Feedback just past 12 o'clock. Tone to 1. And time to 4 o'clock. For the amp EQ, bass is dialed in at 2 o'clock, middle to 1 o'clock, and treble to 2 o'clock. Phrase 1 of the song begins with full chords, starting with a G, C, and D5. All 3 chords avoid use of the first string. For G, hold the 2nd string, 3rd fret with your ring finger. Strings 3 and 4 are open. Hold the 5th string 2nd fret with your index finger, and 6th string 3rd fret with your middle. Switch to C with your index finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, 3rd string open, middle finger on the 4th string 2nd, and ring finger on the 5th string 3rd. Next is a D5/A, which means it's a D5 chord with a low A bass note. The best way to play this is with your ring finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, middle finger on the 3rd string 2nd, strings 4 and 5 are open. This fingering allows you to easily change back to G, C, D5, and end the 2nd repetition on an open E5 power chord. 6th string open, 5th string 2nd, and 4th string 2nd. Here's the tab for the intro, and as we see at the end, there are 3 dips of the tremolo bar while the E5 rings out. Here's the intro at half speed. Let's start out by learning the chords to phrase 2. Start off with a G5 played on the 5th fret of strings 5 and 4. You can bar this with 1 finger, or you can play it with 2 fingers. I use my ring and pinky to play this type chord because I'm so used to playing full chords or full power chords. Use whatever works best for you. Move the chord up 2 frets for an A5. Next is a 1-finger C played across the 5th fret of strings 2, 3, and 4. Move that up 2 frets, but add your middle finger to the 2nd string 8th fret and you have a D sus4. 2nd string 8, 3rd and 4th string 7. Next, lift your middle finger and you have a 1-finger D chord played across the 7th fret. That's strings 2, 3, and 4. So the chords are G5, to A5, 1 finger C on the 5th fret, up 2 frets, add the middle finger for a D sus4, lift the middle finger for D. Now let's look at the tab and put it all together with the different techniques Eddie uses. Phrase 2 starts off with the 5th string 3rd fret, played with vibrato. While holding the note, rotate your wrist to give it a slight pitch change. Then lay your palm across the bridge and palm mute open, 3rd, 3rd, open. Next come the chords we learned. G5 to A5 with vibrato. Palm mute the 5th string, 5th fret with your index finger and give it a slight bend. And move this to the 1 finger C chord across the 5th fret of strings 2, 3, and 4. Palm mute the 5th string open and move the chord up 2 frets, adding the 2nd string middle finger for the D sus4, then lifting the middle finger for the D. And at the end, slide up the 6th string 12th fret, then down the neck. Then repeat the section. Let's practice this at half speed. For the chorus rhythm, we learned the 1 finger C chord on the 5th fret of strings 2, 3, and 4. Then up to the 7th fret for the D. Move up 2 more frets and you have the 9th fret E up to the 10th fret F, which are used for the verse. Phrase 3 starts off with a double E chord on the 9th fret, followed by open 6th string E pedal tones. Strum the chord twice, then palm mute 4 pedal tones. Up to the 10th fret F chord, strum twice, then 4 pedal tones. Repeat the E rhythm. Then for the next F chord, strum twice, and follow it with a pick scrape and a 6th string slide from around the 20th fret and go to the chorus. Here's a practice run playing the chorus, verse, then chorus at full speed. Leading up to the guitar solo, there is a variation to the chords played in verse 3. The first 2 chords are the same, 1 finger 9th fret E, 4 pedal tones, move the chord up 1 fret to F. Then the pedal tones are slightly different. They are played with a gallop, down, down, up, down, down, up. The next chord is an F-sharp power chord. 5th string 9th fret with the index, ring finger on the 4th string 11, and pinky on the 3rd string 11. Play the gallop palm mute rhythm, then move the chord up to the 10th fret for a G5. 5th string 10, 4th string 12, and 3rd string 12. After the G5, slide down the 6th string from the 12th fret. Phrase 5 builds up to the guitar solo, starting with 2 palm-muted open 5-string pedal tones, then bar the 2nd and 3rd string on the 5th fret with your index finger. To the 4th string 7th fret, release pressure, but keep your fingers on the string for 2 muted 4th string notes. Play the 3rd string 7 with a pull off to 5 and a slight bend, back to the 4th string 7 with vibrato. 2 open 5th string pedal tones, then turn the volume knob all the way down on your guitar. Hammer your index finger to the 5th fret of the 2nd and 3rd strings and increase the volume. This section is played 3 times. Phrase 6 officially starts off the guitar solo. With the tremolo bar slightly depressed, pick the 3rd string 7th fret, release the bar while bending and releasing the string, then pull off to the 5th fret. Next, tremolo pick or very rapidly pick the 7th fret, played with your ring finger, move it up to the 9th fret, up to 12, then up to a single 14th fret with a 1.5 step bend, release, bend, release. Without picking the 6th string 12th, slide down the neck. In phrase 7, play the 2nd string 10th fret with the ring finger, bend, pick 10 again with a bend, release, bend, 7th fret with the index finger, back to 10, 10 bend, release, bend. Start phrase 8 with your ring finger on the 3rd string 11, pull off to 10, pull off to 9, back to 10, pull off to 9, slide down to 7, slide down to 6. Pick 4th string 7, back to 3rd string 6, 4th string 7 to 5th string 9, and with your index finger on the 4th string 6 with a slight bend, then slide down the string. The last phrase ended with a slide down the 4th string. Phrase 9 begins with a slide up the 4th string while you get your ring finger in place for a 2nd string 10th fret bend, release, bend, then 7th fret with the index. Next is a section that is repeated several times. Pull the 10 to 7 to open, then move your middle finger down to the 6, pull to 5, then open. Then repeat for a total of 4 repetitions. As a continuation of the last phrase, pull off the 2nd string 10 to 7. This begins phrase 10. With a downstroke of the pick, start on the 3rd string 9 with the ring finger, then bar the 7th fret on strings 2 and 1. Play all 3 notes with the same pick movement, strings 3, 2, 1. Then bend the 1st string 10 with the ring finger. Next, reverse the pick notes. 1st string 7, 2nd string 7, to third string 9 with a bend. Pick strings 1, 2, and 3 with the same upstroke. And on the third string 7 with a slide up the neck. For phrase 11, bar the 10th fret of strings 2 and 3 with your index finger. Put the middle finger on the second string 11 and pick both strings, pulling off to second string 10. On the third string, play 12, 10, 12. Repeat this, adding a bend, release to the last note. Slide down the neck with your ring finger. Change to the index finger and pick the string as you slide up the neck, stopping at the 16th fret. Play 19 with the ring finger, second string 18 with the middle, first string 15 with the index. On the second string 18 with the ring finger, bend, release, bend, and slide down the neck. To properly position your fingers for phrase 12, bar the first and second string 8th fret with your index finger. With your ring finger, play the second string 10, pull to 8. Play the third string 10 to first string 8, then release pressure but still lightly touch the string and pick the second string, producing a muted note. Repeat, then end pulling the second string 10 to 8, then third string 10, slide up. Next, use the same fingering to play the second string 12, pull to 10, play the third string 12 to first string 10, then a second string muted. Repeat, adding a second string 12, slide down the neck. Use the same fingering to play the second string 3, pull to 1, third string 3, first string 1, second string mute, up 2 frets to second string 5, pull to 3, third string 5 to first string 3, end by hammering to the third string 5 and slide up the neck. Phrase 13 introduces 3 groups of harmonics. These are achieved by lightly touching the string above the designated fret wire. The last phrase ended with a sliding up the third string. Here, we begin with 12th fret harmonics on the 3rd, 2nd, then 1st string. Drop down to 5th fret harmonics on strings 4, then 2, then down to a 4th string, 4th fret harmonic, and end with the 5th fret harmonics on strings 3, 2, and 1. In phrase 14, we repeat the second string 3, pull to 1, third string 3, first string 1, and a second string mute. Move up 2 frets, second string 5, pull to 3, third string 5, first string 3, second string mute, up 2 frets, second string 7, pull to 5, third string 7, up 2 frets, and end with an E5 power chord. 6th string open, 5th string 7, 4th string 9, and 3rd string 9. As this chord rings out, give the tremolo bar 2 dips, pause, then 8 more dips, applying extra pressure to the last dip before returning to the chorus rhythm. The rest of the song repeats sections we've already learned. Immediately after the solo, there is a fill added to the chorus rhythm. The riff starts out the same on the 5th string 3rd fret with vibrato to the open string. Then there is a series of pull-offs on the 3rd string 4, 2, open. While these pull-offs are repeated, lightly lay the edge of your picking hand finger against the 3rd string and glide it down the length of the string, causing the notes to drastically change pitch. This is followed by another chorus rhythm. Also, at the end of the song, the chorus rhythm is played, and the last 3 chords are slowed down. The D chord is held, then rapidly strummed. There is a drum roll, and the song ends abruptly with the C5 power chord to an A5 power chord. C5 is a 5th string 3, 4th and 3rd strings 5. A5 is a 5th string open, 4th and 3rd string 2.